15 reasons to not move to Houston, part one. My name is Mariam Hejazi. I've been helping people buy and sell residential real estate for over 12 years, and I'm a native Houstonian, and I've been loving Houston since 1987. Let's get into it. Since I'm a native Houstonian, obviously, I definitely know what I'm talking about. So, 15 reasons why you shouldn't move here. Part one, I'm going to give you 7 reasons. I have my trusty little handwritten list as per usual. And I'm going to give you a couple fun facts at the end. So, number one, why you shouldn't move here is the potholes. There's a lot of potholes. And if you don't like potholes, I'm sorry. If you still have to move here despite the potholes, I do highly recommend that you get an SUV. It does help also with the high water during a deluge, a hurricane, a tropical storm, or just a heavy downpour on a casual business day. I did drive a car for a long time. About 2 years ago, I upgraded to an SUV, and it does make a difference. So I do recommend you get an SUV. The potholes are pretty awful in some parts of town. Some parts of town are really nice, and some parts are not. And then also in nice parts of the town, there are terrible potholes, so they do not discriminate. Number two, hurricanes. They're inevitable. In 2025, I think we're going to be fine for hurricane season this year, but we do have hurricanes and we do have tropical storms and we do have other storms other than just tropical storms or hurricanes. We recently had a derecho, which I had to look it up. It's a storm head that spans 1,000 miles. We had a derecho last year in 2024. It was unbelievable. We had a snowstorm also. So if you don't like storms, then don't move to Houston. Number three, if you hate the heat, do not move here. It is so flippin' hot, and sometimes the heat index is over 115 degrees. I have experienced heat indexes at 120 degrees. Particularly the summer of 2023 was absolutely miserable. I think in August of 2023, we did not make it below 110 degrees a day. It was torture. So if you don't like the heat and you don't like the humidity, do not move to Houston. You can't escape it. You have to stay indoors. We kind of have like reverse seasonal depression in the summer. In some parts of the summer and actually early fall or late fall, it is so hot. You can't go outside and you'll just be drenched in sweat. If you have curly hair, it is humid most of the year. Number four, the traffic. We joke that Houston is an hour away from Houston, and it's very true. The traffic is atrocious. Now, I think that traffic in New York or LA is probably worse. I've experienced some really terrible traffic in other large cities, but by and large, as a general statement, the traffic in Houston is awful, and you'll plan your life around it. Number five, we have no mountains. No mountains. If you're an outdoor girly and you have to hike every weekend or you have to be on the trail every day, Houston is not your city. If you want to use your hiking boots, you basically have to put them in a suitcase and get on a plane because we do not have readily available hiking trails within 30 to 45 minutes of Houston. If you want to hike, the closest places are going to be like Sam Houston National Forest, or you can go out to Austin, you can go West Texas, but there is not a lot of hiking trails in or around the general Houston area. There's some pretty landscapes, but it's not a hiker destination. So if you have to be in the mountains or the hills or in lots of nature, Houston is not the city for you. Number six, we don't have any brownstones. If you are from the Northeast, like Chicago or New York, we don't have those like brownstone communities. There is not really anywhere in Houston, even downtown, that we have those big brownstone, like 3 to 4 story houses that are all in a row with the sidewalk, the pretty sidewalks and the trees that you see like in Sex and the City or in movies. We don't have really any part of the city that looks like Seinfeld or Sex in the City. We don't have anywhere like that. We also don't have a subway. We don't. We don't ride the subway because one, we don't have one, and Houstonians, as a general statement, do not ride public transport. That's just how we are. I have never ridden a public bus. I have only ridden the light rail because of the Houston Rodeo. There is a pickup and drop off point on the light rail during rodeo season that is very useful if you're coming from a certain area of town. But otherwise, by and large, Houstonians don't use public transport. We don't have a subway system. We don't have tunnels. There are tunnels downtown, but they are for pedestrian traffic, no motorized or train traffic. So, if you really rely on public transport, Houston is not the city for you. If you move to Houston, you need to have a vehicle. Unless you live walking distance to your work or you're going to Uber every day, Houston is a community of cars. We basically all have a car, and some people are one car household, but they still have a vehicle. So if you don't like to drive, don't move to Houston. And really any Texas town for that matter. I mean, Austin is walkable in areas and so is Dallas, but San Antonio is not walkable. Texas, as a general statement, is not super walkable. So if you move to Texas, specifically Houston, you're going to have to get a car. Hopefully, you're going to get an SUV. And fun facts. So native Houstonians apparently are rare. Of course, I know a bunch of native Houstonians because I am from here. I was born here, I grew up here, and I know almost all there is to know about our cool, amazing city that definitely has its quirks. So whenever I tell someone that I'm a native Houstonian, they go, "Oh, there's not that many of you," to them because they're not native, because they don't know all of the native people like I do, native. And then there is a funny nickname for Houston, and it originates from a type of rap music that I think was invented in Houston. It's the rap music is called Chopped and Screwed, and one of Houston's many nicknames is Screwston. I don't make the rules. I didn't make it up. So Screwston is like kind of, it's a slang. It's like almost like a term of endearment, like kind of like hood endearment of Houston, because there are some really beautiful, very nice parts of Houston that are like anywhere from $5 to $25 million in real estate per house. But there are some areas that are super rough. As in any major city, there's always going to be rough parts of town. And so, but Houston kind of like blends it, which I think each major city blends it in a way that's unique to their city. But just fun fact of this video is a fun nickname is Screwston for chopped and screwed wrap. This concludes part one of 15 reasons to not move to Houston. Stay tuned for part two. And if you found this video interesting, helpful, humorous, or all of the above, please share it with someone who needs to know. And if you're looking to move to Houston or buy and sell within the city, call me. I'm definitely your girl. And again, my name is Mariam Hejazi. I've been helping people buy and sell residential real estate for over 12 years, and I've been loving Screwston since 1987. I shall see you on the next one. Bye.